present. Today we have a very, very special guest. I'm adding two very's because let me welcome Master Mohit Garodia. And today we are very fortunate to have you, Mohit. He's a student of La Martiniere for boys from Kolkata itself, and children. In all the workshops that you've had earlier, somebody who is elder to you, right? Like maybe 20 years or 10 years elder to you, but today you have somebody who is a student just like you, and he has in this he's still a school student, but in this short span of time he has achieved so much. And I'm just looking at his achievements, and children, he's a person from whom you should take inspiration from, because he has achievements in all fields, be it academics, be it leadership, be it the corporate experience, be it debating or elocution. So if I would just highlight a few here: academic awards and honors. He's got distinction in two Olympiads, which was organized by University of Waterloo. Then in class 12th half yearly examinations, he's got the highest score in mathematics, 100 on 100. In class 10th ICSE exams, he's got the highest in school in history and computer science, that's 100 on 100. So, and also leadership, he's currently the school prefect for Martin House, and he's been awarded this designation, which is only awarded to 25 out of a batch of 250. He's also in the core committee of the computer club. He's been the vice captain of the school debate team, captain of the school hockey team. So children's sport too. He's an all-rounder. Right. And then in economics and manufacturing experiences, what I would like to highlight, he's got KPMG's Lean Six Sigma Green Belt certificate in management. So he's got experience there as well. Debating achievements, he's been placed first in Welland Girls School debate, where he represented his school in an all national level debate. And he's won the he's qualified to the top 8 in the Jaipur debate, held by Nija Modi school and some other schools also. Elocution achievements, he's appeared in the state level elocution competition where he's represented his school in all Hindi elocution, so English and Hindi, both the languages. Right. And he's got so many awards in school elocution awards. Like, if I can go on, I can go on for a long time. And he's been a part of school clubs and societies as well. So, and robotics and computer science achievements he's placed third in the eastern region of India, incorporating 8 states in the World Robotic Olympiad, thus qualifying for the national round. So that's quite a bit for a child who's still in class 12th. Mohit, we are very happy to have you here, and I will not take much time, and over to you, Mohit.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for that beautiful introduction. It's my utmost honor to be able to address the students from Swarnim International School. Now, without wasting any more time, I think all of you know why I'm here today. So I'm here today to teach you the very basics of speaking, of debating, of how to convince someone who's standing in front of you of your own viewpoint without being overly aggressive. So how many of y'all have done debate, have witnessed debate anytime in the past? If you could raise your hands on the Zoom. You can just raise your hands on video as well. I'll be able to understand. Okay, I see 1, 2. Okay, well, so let me begin by defining what debate really is. Debate is essentially a logical discourse of ideas where two people are discussing their ideas and proving why one point, one side of a question is correct or not, based on logical arguments. Now, it sounds very complicated, but let me give you a very simple example to it. Let's say there is a question, let's say there is a statement that says apples are very good for health. Now, one person wants to prove that apples are not good for health, and one person wants to prove that apples are very good for health. So, how will those two people do it? Either they can have a screaming match, which doesn't really bring out any logical results whatsoever, or they can have logical discussion with each other. One person can say why apples are good, they can discuss why apples are good, and one person can say that apples are not good because of such and such reasons. Say they have this chemical in apple because of which apples are not good. So that is essentially what debate is. It is the finest form of discussion where you have the power to change the viewpoints of hundreds upon hundreds of people. So now what is the key to debate? When you speak with other people, there are a few key pointers that you want to take into note when in order to convince them of your ideas. So before I go into the depth of all of this, if you have any questions whatsoever, please feel free to raise your hand and stop me at any point in time, and I will answer your question. Moving on, the first thing that you require in order to convince a person who's standing in front of you of your own viewpoint is confidence. Today, human beings are very influenced by confident people. If you see a confident person walking into a room, you will inherently trust that person. You will inherently believe what that person is saying because that person will be saying it with confidence. Now, let me give you an example of this. I'm going to give a statement that I'm positive that none of you all will understand the meaning of. So the statement says freedom of speech is irrelevant in a functional society. It's a debate motion, but I'm sure that none of you all understand it. If some of you all do, that is wonderful. But anyway, the majority of you all do not understand it. I am going to give you two separate minute-long speeches on this topic on two sides of the debate. Please tell me which side of the debate you believe in after I speak. A very good afternoon to one and all, very good morning to one and all present here. I'm Mohit Garodia, and today the motion given to me reads: freedom of speech is irrelevant in a functional society, and I stand firmly with the motion. Now, ladies and gentlemen, what a functional society essentially means is a society where there are no barriers and a society is functioning perfectly. In a society like this, freedom of speech is not required because the government is already taking care of every single need of the individuals of the society. That is speech number one. Have all of you all clearly heard it? I will go on to the second point. Second speech. Ladies and gentlemen, a functional society doesn't really matter because in the end, in every society, you need freedom of speech because if you don't have freedom of speech, then the people's rights will not be exercised, and therefore this motion is not true whatsoever. Now, how many of you agreed with the first speech that I gave? Raise your hands. Wonderful. How many of you agreed with the second speech that I gave? Okay, five, six of you. Well, let me tell you something very funny. The second speech is actually speeches that is making logical sense. It is something that is prevalent in the real world. It is like it's like apples are red. It's that true in the real world. And what I said in the first speech is absolute nonsense. It does not mean anything whatsoever. The only difference in my speaking was the confidence with which I spoke to you. And because of that, I was able to influence the opinion of, I counted 12 people due to just sheer confidence. That is the very crux of confidence. That is the power of confidence. You're standing in an auditorium and delivering a speech to say 300 people. If you speak with confidence, 250 of those people are already going to agree with you regardless of what you're saying. If you're saying something that is true and valid, well and good. If you're saying something that is absolute nonsense, they'll still agree to it just because they feel a compulsion that seeing that you're so confident, they are going to agree with you. Now, another thing that really changes the course of a conversation is eye contact. So eye contact is an essential part of speaking. And I feel that every time you speak to someone, whether it be on Zoom or any other web platform or otherwise in person, you should try to make eye contact with the person. So eye contact with the person gives off a sense of confidence. When I'm looking at you while I'm speaking, you will listen to me more than when I'm not looking at you while speaking. And that's a fact that is there in the human psychology. So if you make eye contact with the people sitting in front of you, those people will inevitably try to listen to what you're saying, and your speech will have a lot more impact in the real world. Now, today, if you want to convince someone of something, let's say you want to convince your father to let you go out, okay? If you talk to your father by looking away and talking shyly, you are not going to be able to convince him. But if you look at him and speak with firm conviction, if you tell him that, Father, I want to go out, and these are the reasons why I want to go out. Let's say going out is good for health, it helps mental health, it helps you build a social circle, and this is why I want to go out. If you look in his eyes and tell him, he will understand what you're trying to say, and then he will probably give you a positive decision to go out. Now, speaking confidently doesn't mean being arrogant, okay? You cannot be arrogant while speaking to people, because if you become arrogant, if you think that you are the best in the room, and that if you think that you are much smarter than the audience, the person, the people who are listening to you, they will not listen to you. So you always have to give logical reasons to speak, but you have to be confident. Any doubts up till now?
No.
I was speaking about eye contact. Yes. So please ensure that when you're debating on stage, off stage, when you're speaking to someone in general everyday life, try to make eye contact, because eye contact, looking into the eyes of the person in front of you, is really going to change the course of your conversation. Now, people, how many of you all consider yourselves as shy? How many of you all do not like going up on stage and talking? You feel that you are being judged. You feel that, you feel like you are being judged. You don't want to go and talk because you feel shy. You feel conscious about yourself. Okay. I see quite a few of you all there. Well, I have something for you. Today, I am speaking in front of you. In sixth grade, I was super shy. I did not want to go up on stage and speak. I was very scared of speaking. And today, I enjoy it when I speak to crowds. So, what's the difference? What really changed it for me? What is going to make you confident is research, is understanding what you're going to say, is believing in what you're going to say. So I'm going to explain this to you very simply. Now, today, if you want to speak about apples, you have to know what apples are, right? You need to understand what apples are. If you don't know what an apple is, then you cannot speak about an apple, right? So if someone tells you to speak about an apple and you don't know anything about it, you are going to be dumbfounded. You won't know what to say. And so you're going to be scared that whatever I'm going to say, people are going to judge me for it. But if you research, if you read up about things, then when you read about apples, you get to know what apples are. And now when you understand what apples are, you're going to be able to speak about it. Like, let's say all the shy kids that raise their hands over here, I'm sure all of you all know what an apple is. Yeah, you know what an apple is, right? So if I tell you to speak about an apple, is it going to be that hard to speak? Is it going to be that difficult to speak? No, right? So that's why research, understanding your topic is something that is very important. You should read on a daily basis, read the newspaper every day, because that gives you very good amounts of knowledge. And secondly, you should generally inculcate reading in your daily life, because it is going to make you inherently confident. But what really does make you confident? Like research is one part of it, but what makes you so confident that you can go up to a crowd of 1,000, 1,200 people and speak and not get scared? Well, there are two parts to it. The first part is understanding how a crowd is working. So let's see a crowd, okay? I am a debate speaker. I have two speakers on my team. I have two speakers on the opposition team, okay? And I have a crowd of, let's say, 300 people who are listening to us speak and who are judging us speak. Now, if I bring it to you to the structure of the crowd, out of the 300 people that are watching you speak, 100 of them are sleeping. They have no interest in your debate whatsoever. After you speak, they're neither are they going to listen to you when you speak, neither are they going to remember your speech after you're done with it. So those people you don't need to worry about. Those people are not judging you. Those people are not thinking, oh my God, he messed up over here, she messed up over here. She's not good. She's such a bad speaker. None of them are going to think about it. 100 of them are asleep. 100 of that crowd are so overconfident about themselves. They think they are so good that they are going to look down on you. They are going to feel, oh, this person, I can speak better than this person. And they're going to stop listening to you at that very moment. And because of that, those people are not going to judge you either. Those people are not going to remember what you're going to say. And those people are not judging what you're saying. Now, the rest of the 100 people in the crowd, out of that, 50 people listen to you half and half. And so they will listen to you during the debate, but will forget about your speech later. And there are going to be 50 people who actually listen to you. But these people who actually listen to you are going to be people who are experienced with debates. These people are going to be people who are interested in what you're going to say. So if they are interested in what you're going to say, even if you make slip ups, even if you make mistakes, let's say you go up and say that apples are black. Apples is a very simple example, so I'm repeatedly using it. But anyway, if you go up and say apples are black accidentally, or you forget a few lines of your speech, they're not going to judge you for that, because what they want to hear is actually what you're going to say in your speech. They want to hear about your opinions on apples. They do not care about whether you forget your lines in the middle or not. And the last, the three other people sitting on stage with you, your teammate and two other people. One person who's your teammate, he's going to help you or she's going to help you. They're not going to judge you. They're not going to say, oh, you were so bad, you did this, you did that. No, they're going to help you to their best. And the other two people on stage, they're going to be so busy trying to defeat you that they are not going to have the time to judge you. They are so busy trying to build their own speeches. They are so busy trying to understand what they are going to say in their own speeches that they do not have the time to listen to you at all. So if that is the case, tell me how many people in a crowd of 304 people are judging you? It's absolutely zero. There is no one in this world who's really judging you for what you're speaking. And therefore, you should be confident when you walk onto the stage. You should be confident when you walk into the room, because what you're most scared about, that people are going to laugh at you, they won't, because they don't understand what you're saying at all. And if you're on stage, whoever is laughing at you from the audience, you're already much stronger than them, because you're on stage and they are not, right? So you should believe in yourself and you shouldn't be scared of what people are going to think of you. And that is the key to confidence. That is the key to good speech. This is something that my senior, who is now in college, it was a as it is between you and me. He was in 12th grade, I was in 6th grade, and he explained this idea to me. And it really changed everything for me, because I became a lot more confident as a speaker. So, therefore, try to understand what I'm saying and let go of the fears that you have inside of you, because only when you let go of that fear are you going to be able to reach the new heights of speaking. Moving on, any questions up till here? Everyone understood what I'm trying to say? Everyone did? So confidence is very important that I've drilled into you. You all believe that confidence is very important. So there are a few things in your everyday life that you do that will show confidence, that is going to display your confidence to people. The first biggest thing is body language. Now, I know that when you're holding everyday conversation with your parents, friends, teachers, you are not going to think about your body language, how you're standing, how you're sitting, what kind of a vibe you're giving to the person in front of you. But that idea is something that is extremely important. If you look at a person who's sitting like this, and you look at a person who's sitting properly like this, which person are you going to listen to? Number one or number two?
Number two.
Yes, exactly. So that's the thing. Because what this is giving, the vibe, the idea that this is giving you is that I am smart and I know what I'm talking about and I know how to carry myself. So that is something you have to take into account. When you're speaking, try to assume a formal posture. Stand straight, sit straight, keep your shoulders wide, and look into the eyes of the person you're going to speak with. And this is going to take you a long, long way when it comes to speaking. Okay? Do you understand what body language is? You need to stand, you need to sit confident, you need to stand confident. Open up your shoulders and just relax. Think in your mind that you own the stage, that the audience is here to listen to you today. And if you do that, you are going to convince every single member of the audience about your opinions. And that is what debate is. That is what conversation is. That is what conversation is. The last part to confidence is formal language. Now, formal language, like the language I am speaking in you with you today. Now, if I say, "Hi, man," "What's up, man," words like these, if I talk to you in that way, it's going to become something that is very casual, and you're not going to listen to every word of what I say. You're going to become very dilly dally about what I'm going to say. So, with your friends on an everyday basic conversation, that is fine. But when you come to the stage of debate, at that point in time, your language has to change to something very formal. You have to use proper pronouns for people and you have to use proper language when speaking. So I suggest that you take the subjects, English and whatever vernacular subject that you have in school, very carefully you try to understand what they're going to teach you, because you should pick up on the vocabulary that they are using. Because if you use formal language in front of people, those people are going to believe in what you say, because they are going to think that you're speaking something that makes sense. See, in terms of debate, making sense is very important. Okay, making sense is very important. What you're saying should be correct is very important. But what is more important than that is the way you say it. Because if you say something that is very correct, but you say it in a haphazard manner, if you say it in a random manner, people won't believe you. And if you say something that is absolutely wrong, but in a very confident manner, most people are going to believe you. So that is something that you should try using. Okay. So do you all understand the basics of confidence? Do you all understand what is confidence? Confidence is about being relaxed on stage. And when you're relaxed on stage, you'll be able to speak much better. You're going to be able to convince the people much better. And you're going to win a lot many more debates with that idea. Now, confidence is done. I've told you enough about confidence. Spoken to you for 15, 20 minutes about confidence. You all understand it now. Let's move on to something more interesting. You all remember the 300 the 100 sleeping people in the audience? Now, when you're a speaker, when you're a debater, when you're an elocutor, when you're a dramatist, you are an entertainer. Your job is to entertain the people. Your job is to entertain the audience that is sitting in front of you. If the audience is not paying attention to you, how are you going to entertain the audience? So there are certain ways on how you grab the attention of the audience and you hold on to it for long enough that the audience understands what you're trying to say. What I'm telling you is secret techniques about how to wake up that sleeping audience and make them also listen to you. So how you wake up that sleeping audience is two things. One is expression, the other one is voice modulation. What is expression? Now, expression is everything that you do with your face, everything that you're doing with your hands. Now, today, when I'm speaking to you, I'm using my hands to express myself. I'm using my hands to tell you what I'm trying to say. I'm also using my face, right? When I have to tell you something very solemn, very deep, I'm going to make a serious face. When I have to tell you something funny, like a joke, like about sleeping audience members, I am going to inevitably put up a smile on my face, right? So this is something that is very important. A lot of people, what they do on stage is that they keep a flat, monotonous face, and they go on to speak. They're going to speak like this. Wait, let me pull up an article here. Okay, let's say. Um, Wait, one moment, please. Okay. So last 4 years at La Martiniere for Boys, journey through academics, awards won, leadership, impact I have made, and learning from it, research papers, why economics and finance. Okay. Now let me say this to you with a lot of expression. Last 4 years at La Martiniere for Boys, journey through academics, awards won, leadership, the impact that I have made, and the learning I have gotten from it, research papers, and why economics and finance. I am sorry, I'm reading you an article out of my diary because I have lost the article that I was prepared to read to you. But regardless, do you see the difference between the two times I read the same piece out? The difference was my face. I used a lot of my face to convey the emotions that I have. If you want to say something that's sad, make a sad face. If you want to say something that is funny, make a funny face. And if the audience laughs at you, if the audience is enjoying what you're saying, then you've achieved your goal. Even if the audience finds your sad face funny, how does it matter? The audience will still look at you, and the audience is, let's say I make a sad face because I want to say something that's really sad. Okay. Let's say that my neighbor's dog died a few days ago. It's very sad. It's very, very sad. I made a very sad face. But let's say the audience found it hilarious and they started laughing at it. How does it matter if they laugh at it? In the end, they're still going to look at you for, even if it is for laughter, they're still going to look at you and they're still going to hear what you're trying to say. So inherently, you've completed your achievement of making the audience listen to you and the audience look at you. And if you've done that, you've won the debate. You won the elocution competition. Even if people, what you need to do is use your face to the best of your ability, even if it means that the audience members are going to have a good laugh at you. But the most difficult and yet the most important part of speaking, of elocuting, is something called voice modulation. Okay, what is voice modulation? Voice modulation means how you project your voice, how you use your voice. Okay, now I'll give you a very simple example. Voice modulation is how you project your voice, it is how you use your voice, and it is something that is very important and you should inculcate it in your daily life. Voice modulation is something that is very important and you should try to inculcate it in your everyday life, because if you do so, people are going to listen to what you're trying to say. I just said the same thing in two different ways using two different voices. The first one was a monotone. It was a flat voice. It was droning. I just said everything in the same tone I did not emphasize on anything with my voice. And I'm sure that none of y'all caught anything of what I said with that voice. The second time I said it with a lot of expression. I said it with a lot of voice modulation. Where in the places that I wanted to emphasize, in the places that I wanted you to hear, I became louder. I became sharper when I wanted to say those. And in the places that were fillers in the line, like and, but, the things that are not important for the audience to hear, you go back down to your normal tone. What this does is it creates something like this. It creates a wave. So every time you want to say something important, if you get a little louder, if you get more excited about what you're trying to say, the audience is going to suddenly feel a shock. Why is this person gotten louder? Why is this person so excited about what they're going to say? I should listen to it, right? And as soon as people receive that shock mentally, that you are going, that this person has become louder, I should listen to it, that those people are inevitably going to listen to you. And if they listen to you, you've gone and achieved your primary goal in a debate, in an elocution, in a speech, in any conversation that you've had, and therefore you have become successful. This is the very, very basics of debate. This is the very basics of understanding conversation. I'm not going to teach you what to speak in a debate because that is very different to every debate, every debating format. I know I have debated in about 6 to 7 different debating formats, and you will have to adapt to it as you get used to debating. But something that I can teach you is something that is constant with every debate, with every elocution, with every conversation that you hold in everyday life where you want to convince people of what you're going to say. If you are able to use the tips that I gave you today, that I explained to you today on how to speak and what to speak, you are going to be able to convince people about it. So, is everyone has everyone understood the tips that I have given you? Has everyone understood what I'm trying to say? If you have any questions, no question is stupid, no question is silly. Please come up and ask me the question and I will answer it happily and no one's going to laugh at you. Any questions whatsoever? Okay, perfect. Then we are going to go into an exercise. Okay. I want you all to one by one introduce yourself. I want you to speak for about 30 seconds on yourself, and I will help you by tweaking a few knobs on how to speak. Okay. Is that clear? 30 seconds about yourself. That's all. 30 seconds is not too much. Okay. And please don't give any general information like I know what school you study in. I know what class range you're from. You're from classes 6 to 8. Tell me something that is unique about you. Tell me something like your favorite hobby or your favorite movie or your favorite book or something that you enjoy doing with your friends. Tell me something like that in 30 seconds. Okay. So who wants to go first? Okay, seeing no one wants to go first, I'm going to pick people at random now. I'll have Akshat, who's, um, yeah,
My name is Akshat Mishra. I like I like to eat pani puri. My favorite book is Oliver Twist. And my favorite writer is Rabindranath Tagore. My mother tongue is Hindi. I like to surfing. I like to do surfing. My favorite place is Digha, the beach in Kolkata.
okay, that's fine. Very interesting. Okay, now try something different. Okay, I want you to try to first open up your arms, open this cross position, relax yourself. Okay, relax, sit calmly. Okay, I want you to think about what you're going to say. You have 10 seconds. Think about it. Okay, you have collected what you want to say. This is what you're going to say. Let's say your name is Akshat Mishra. Your favorite writer is Rabindranath Tagore. Your favorite book is Oliver Twist. You've thought about what you're going to say. Okay, think about it. Form your sentences in your hand. Okay. Now I want you to sit straight, sit straight. Look into the camera. Just look into the camera and speak as if it is very exciting. Like my favorite book is Oliver Twist, and my favorite author is Rabindranath Tagore. My favorite activity in this world is surfing, and Digha is the place where I do it. Okay, you got the excitement. Become excited, look straight into the camera and speak.
My name is Akshat Mishra. My favorite place is Digha. My favorite activity is to do surfing. My favorite food is pani puri. My favorite writer is Rabindranath Tagore. My favorite book is Oliver Twist, and I
Okay, that's fine. Thank you very much. Perfect. Wasn't that much better? Audience members, please give your opinion. Wasn't that much more interesting? Didn't you want to hear Akshat speak for longer after his second time that he's speaking? So, Akshat, be confident. That is you, right? This is who you are. You love Rabindranath Tagore. Let the world know that you love Rabindranath Tagore and be excited about it. Okay, next we'll have Shorina Datta.
I am Shorina Datta, and my hobby is dance. And my favorite food is biryani, and my favorite book is The Canterville Ghost, and my favorite writer is Ruskin Bond.
Okay, that is lovely. Wonderful information about you. Now let's try something. Okay, can you tilt your camera a bit up so that I can see your entire head? Okay, calm down. Take a deep breath and think about what you're going to say. Okay. Don't think any of these people are judging you. Okay, everyone's going to say the same thing about themselves. So I want you to relax, calm down. Okay. Now think about what you're going to say. And now you have 30 seconds to say the same thing again with a lot more excitement. Go on, start.
My name is Shorina Datta, and my favorite hobby is dance. And my favorite food is biryani, and my favorite book is The Canterville Ghost. My favorite writer is Ruskin Bond.
That's lovely. I wanted to hear you for much longer after you said it in a much more confident fashion, in a much more understanding fashion. Okay. Next, we will have Raj Shankar Das.
My name is Raj Shankar Das. My hobby is computer science, and I want to achieve more. I want to achieve big things in computer science. My favorite food is biryani, and and my favorite activity is football.
That's lovely. Even I love football and computer science. Anyway, okay. Now, what I want you to do is first relax. Think about what you're going to say. Okay. Now, I want you to use your face. I want you to become excited about it. I want you to put a big smile on your face. Okay. And I want you to use your eyes. Like, use your eyebrows when you're speaking. Okay. Don't hold your face still. Put a big smile on your face. Look straight into the camera and speak now.
My name is Raj Shankar Das. My hobby is computer science. I like biryani, and my favorite activity is football.
Not quite yet. Oh, come on, once more. Just put on a big smile onto your face. You love football and you love computer science, right? So when you speak about football and computer science, you should be excited, right? Like if you're talking to your friend about football, like Manchester United lost to Liverpool 5-0 the last day. I loved the game, by the way. Regardless of that, it's something that is very exciting, right? So like put on that big smile on your face and like speak about it.
My name is Raj Shankar Das, and I like computer science. My favorite food is biryani, and I love football.
That's lovely. That's much better. If you keep practicing, you're going, all of you, it comes to everyone. Speak in the mirror, practice, and you're going to be much better. Okay. Next, we'll have Prarthana Roy.
Namaste everyone, I am Prarthana Roy.
My favorite food is chili chicken, and my favorite hobbies are dancing and playing piano because I love to play piano. And my favorite destination is Puri.
That's lovely. Who's your favorite piano composer?
Ma- uh, s- uh,
Do you listen to
Actually,
piano music?
no, I don't listen. I just play for just practice.
Okay, lovely. Regardless of that, now I want you to speak louder, okay? Become louder, and I want you to speak firmly and put on a big smile on your face. This is yourself you're talking about. You love chili chicken and you love to play the piano. That is something that is very interesting and unique about you. And if you want to let the world know, do it with a big smile, right? So come on, speak louder and speak with a big smile.
Namaste everyone. I am Prarthana Roy. My favorite hobbies are dancing and playing piano because I love to play piano. And my all-time favorite food is chili chicken. And my favorite destination is Puri.
That's lovely. It was much more interesting to listen to you that way. Okay. And don't be embarrassed about it. It's fine. You're going to get used to speaking like that. We'll have Arav Gupta next.
My name is Araf Gupta, and my favorite hobby is to play cricket. My favorite destination is Rajasthan because I belong to Rajasthan. And my favorite food is chole bhature. And the favorite subject which I like the most is mathematics and science. And in future, I like to be an engineer.
That's lovely, Arav. I love the confidence. But try using more of your face. Okay. So speak a little bit louder and use your face, use your facial expression. Seem excited about, going to Rajasthan or cricket. Be excited about it. Be as excited as you were when you started watching India Pakistan match. Right. Come on. Speak
My
again.
name is Arav Gupta, and my favorite hobby is to play cricket. My favorite destination is Rajasthan because I belong to that place, Rajasthan. And my favorite food is chole bhature. And my favorite subject, which I like the most, is mathematics and science. And in future, I like to be an engineer.
That's lovely. That's very interesting. So next we'll have Tamoshmita Mondal.
Good morning. I'm Tamashmita Mondal from class 6. My favorite hobby is painting, but I also like dancing and recitation and singing. I love traveling, and my favorite writer is Jules Verne. But whatsoever, I also like the books and poems of Rabindranath Tagore.
That's lovely. Very interesting. Even I really like 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Anyway, that was good. I really liked the confidence, but try using more of your face, okay? Like try going in there and use your voice more. Like when you're speaking about your favorite author, my favorite author is Jules Verne, but I also like Rabindranath Tagore. So put on a smile and speak with a lot of voice modulation. Like you do the ups and downs in your voice. Try it again.
I'm Tamashmita Mondal from class 6 and I love traveling and my favorite hobby is painting. But I also like dancing, recitation and singing. My favorite author is Jules Verne, but I also like the poems and books of Rabindranath Tagore.
That's lovely. Um, Sahisht Vidyarthi.
My name is Shanish Vidyarthi. I am also a one kind of speaker, but I am very poor in listening. My passion is reading books, and I also like to play games outside plus inside. But I also like online games like Free Fire and GTA 5. And my favorite books like funny books like Jennifer Strickland and the Diary of a Wimpy Kid. The authors are uh, Jeff Kelly and Chirindama Sitner himself. Thank you.
Thank you. I love FIFA as well. It's a very nice game. Anyway, you can do with a lot more excitement. Like you're Are you sad about saying this to the world? Are you sad about telling me about yourself? Do you not want to tell me about yourself?
No, it's not like that.
Then be happy, be excited about it. Come on. You love playing games inside and outside. That's such a wonderful thing. So why you so
But
scared?
it's
Why you
like
so?
skating, basketball, and all.
Yes, lovely. So be more excited when you speak. Okay. Soham Keshri.
My name is Soham Kesri. I am from class 6. My hobby is cricket, and my favorite players are Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma, and Ruturaj Gaikwad. I like maths and science.
Okay, that's very interesting. Now, Soham, I want you to try and look into the camera when you're speaking, okay? And I want you to not move. I want you to stop moving like that. I want you to sit still, calm, relaxed, okay? Take a deep breath, relax. As they say, just chill. And like look into the camera and speak. Go again.
My name is Soham Kesri. I am from class 6. My my hobby is cricket, and I like my favorite players are Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma, and Ruturaj Gaikwad. My favorite subjects are maths and science.
That's lovely. Okay. Pratyush Mishra, can you tell me about yourself?
Yeah. So my name is Pratyush Mishra, and I love playing games because I have been playing it since when I was 6 to 5 years old, and I can speak 4 languages together, which is my talent. Hindi, Bengali, and English are the common ones which I know, and I can speak Odia, which is my mother tongue. And I can also play the piano, and I also like reading novels like The Canterville Ghost or The Journey to the Center of the Earth, and etc. And I live in Narendrapur in Sugam Park, and near to me my best friend also stays there.
That's lovely. Pratyush, you told me you were a shy kid and you didn't enjoy speaking.
Yeah.
You speak really well. I love the excitement in your voice. Now, try. This is not something that I can tell you to improve right now, but try to use a little bit more of your formal language and try to structure your sentences better, because that is going to give a very strong energy to the people who are sitting in front of you, because they are going to want to listen to you for a much longer period of time if you use better language while speaking. Junaid Ghazi, are you a student? I am not sure. So, are you a student of the school?
Yes, sir.
Okay, wow. Okay, lovely. Tell me about yourself.
I am Junaid Kaji and I love to play badminton. Even my passion is badminton, and I love to watch movies of SRK, and my favorite movie is DDLJ.
That's lovely. Very interesting. So, anyway, what you want, like, what you should do is speak a little louder, okay? And I want you to look into the camera while speaking. It is something that most people are scared of. Most people don't want to make eye contact with the people who are sitting in front of them because they think that the person in front is going to judge them. But it's not so. Okay, everyone's just spoken about themselves. Everyone is going to speak about themselves. So look into the camera and with confidence, with conviction that yes, this is my favorite sport. I love badminton. My picture is also badminton. So speak about it like that. Come on, once again.
My name is Junaid Kaji and my passion is badminton. Even my favorite player is Lee Chong Wei from Malaysia, and I love to watch SRK movies. And my favorite movie is DDLJ.
That's lovely. Very interesting. Okay. Next, we will have Chandrayi. I am sorry if I mispronounced your name.
No, ma'am, no, sir, it's okay. I am Chandray Das, and my favorite food is biryani, and I love to play badminton. Badminton, and I also like football.
Okay, that's very interesting. Now, Chandri, are you scared of telling the people in front of you about this?
No.
You're not scared, right? Everyone just spoke about themselves and it's now your turn to speak. So you like badminton and you like biryani and you like football. So be excited about it. Speak loudly, okay? Use your voice, project your voice, look into the camera and speak once more. Come on.
I am Chandri Das and I like to eat biryani and my favorite sports are badminton and football.
That's lovely. Very interesting. Anyone else? Any students left that I haven't heard yet? I think I haven't heard Ayush Mighty yet.
Yes, sir. My name is Ayush Maiti, and my most favorite subject is computer science. I like BF biryani from Babuchi restaurant. It is in Sonarpur only. And my favorite sport is badminton. I also like to play Free Fire. And my favorite book is The Tale of Two Cities, and my hobby is gardening.
That's lovely. That's very interesting. Gardening is a very interesting hobby. I like the way you speak, Ayush, but I want you to project your voice a little more. I want you to be a little louder and I want you to maintain eye contact for a little longer. I want you to look into this camera for a little longer when you're speaking. Try that?
Yes.
Okay, try it. Come on.
My name is Ayush Maiti, and my most favorite subject is computer science. I like biryani from the Babuchi restaurant. It is in Sonarpur only. And my favorite sport is badminton. And I also like to play Free Fire with Sahis. And my favorite book is The Tale of Two Cities. And my hobby is gardening.
That's very lovely. Interesting. Any students left? Anyone who's turned their videos off and is hiding from me? Has everyone spoken about themselves? Okay, that's lovely. I hope you all enjoyed the session that we had today. I hope that you all learned something and are going to take some pointers back to your everyday conversations, to your elocutions, to your debate. Ma'am told me that you're having an elocution competition soon, and I hope that all of you all perform your best there. My sincere thanks to Swarnim International School for giving me this opportunity to speak to the students over here. It has been a lovely session. I have thoroughly enjoyed myself, and I thank all of the faculty of Swarnim International School for that. Thank you very much, ma'am, teachers.
Thank you, Mohit. That was a wonderful session, and all teachers and students who are present right now with us will have the same feeling. And I feel that since you could connect with the children so nicely, that's why they must have learned a lot from you today. And children, I hope that you have learned from Mohit, and you've even, I hope somebody has jotted down the points as well, that you explained each and every part of public speaking point wise, and that was so well drafted. So congratulations to you. And Anita ma'am, Ankita ma'am, would you like to say something?
I think, ma'am, as you said at the beginning, also children could really connect to him. The way they were interacting at the end of the session, that seemed really interesting. I'm sure we can do this more often, I think, if Mohit wants, and if our children are interested, we can call him again and have more sessions in the future.
I am most happy to do that, ma'am.
So since we had this basic, today we had the basic level, so we can go to maybe the higher level later on, after, they grasp whatever you have shared with the students today. So with this, we come to the end of today's session. Thank you, Mohit. Thanks a lot for being with us. Thank you, teachers. Thank you, students, for joining in.